康哥，
Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man wala. Inshallah, today we'll either reach and start the actual Thalathat-ul-Usul, or at least we'll finish all the introductory material. Bidnillah. We're still in the third letter before the actual treatise, and he's talking about what is Hanafiya. And Hanafiya is Tawheed. And ta'bud Allah mukhlisan lahuddin. Right? And he said, yesterday we read what was the greatest thing, a'zama ma amara Allahu, or a'zamu ma amara Allahu bi. What was the greatest thing that Allah commanded with, and that was Tawheed. And he said, Ta'rif al-Tawheed, the definition of Tawheed. And he said it's sufficient if we don't come out with anything except the definitions of Tawheed and Shirk. And he said the definition of Tawheed is Ifradullahi wahdahu bil ibadah, or Ifradullahi bil ibadah, to single out Allah with worship. Here, he has the basically remainder of that thought. He says, وَأَعْظَمُ مَا نَهَى عَنْهُ الشِّرْكِ, and the greatest of what he prohibited, naha, right? Naha, the greatest. وَأَعْظَمُ مَا نَهَى عَنْهُ الشِّرْكِ, right? Like we have the lam and nahiya, prohibition. The lam and nafiya, the lam of negation, and the lam of nahiya, the lam of prohibition. So here naha, like we have amr bil maruf wa nahi and al munkar, to command the good and forbid or prohibit the evil. Wa a'zamu, again as we said, this is superlative, ismu tafdil of azim, of azim. Azim is great or tremendous, and a'zam is more great, more tremendous, right? وَأَعْظَمُ مَا نَهَى عَنْهُ الشِّرْكِ, and the greatest of what he prohibited from was shirk. وَهُوَ, and it is, right? And it is basically دَعْوَةُ غَيْرِهِ مَعَهُ. Here he's giving a definition of shirk. He says, da'watu ghayrihi ma'ahu, to call on other than him along with him. Da'watu, to supplicate or to pray or to call on. Ghayrihi, other than him. Ma'ahu, right? To call on other than him with him. وَالدَّلِيلُ قَوْلُهُ تَعَالَى, and the evidence is the statement, or his statement, the Most High, وَاعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَلَا تُشْرِكُوا بِهِ شَيْئًا. وَاعْبُدُوا, it's a command there, but to a group of people. وَاعْبُدُوا, but because of the waw, we just say وَاعْبُدُوا, right? And worship Allah, worship what? Allah, lafzul jalala, is mansub, maf'ulun bihi, it's the object of the verb. Wa'budullaha wa la tushriku, here is a negation, nahi, and do not associate partners, bihi, with him, shay'an, or basically don't associate anything with him, right? Don't associate what? Shay'an, anything. Bihi, with him. Is that clear?
نعم.
He says, وَأَعْظَمُ مَا نَهَى عَنْهُ الشِّرْكِ, and the greatest of what he has prohibited from is shirk. لِأَنَّهُ أَعْظَمُ ذَنْبٍ.
لأنه.
Huh?
It's لأنه.
نعم. لِأَنَّهُ
Yeah.
Li'anna means because. Li'annahu, because it. A'zamu dhanbin fil ard. It's the greatest sin in the earth. Waqala subhanahu, and glorified as he said, or he said, glorified as he, wala tufsidu. The same thing. Tufsiduna became tufsidu. It's a prohibition. Wala tufsidu fil ardi, and do not cause corruption. Fasad from fasada, being corrupt. Wala tufsidu fil ardi, and do not cause corruption in the earth. Ba'da, after. Islahiha. Islahiha from Sad Lam Ha. Right? Islah, which is like when they call it islah, when two people are arguing and they bring them together. I'm trying to think of the English word. Uh, Islah is like reconciliation after things have been set aright, right? After we have set things aright. Do not cause corruption after things have been set aright. And we can look up the meaning in the Quran in a minute, inshallah. What they translated it as in the Noble Quran. He says, وقال أهل التفسير. أهل التفسير. Right? Ahlu is our fa'il. The people said. The people of what? The people of tafsir, mudaf, mudaf ilayh, have said. A, meaning, like we said, A is short for ya'ni, right? A, la tushriku billahi. Do not associate partners billah with Allah fil ard, in the earth, ba'da, after, and kanat tahiratan bitawheed. Ba'da, after that it was. Kanat, al-ard is a feminine word. If you remember, some words we have to learn, they don't have the sign of being feminine. Ard is one of them. We went over that before. And kanat tahiratan bitawheed, after it was purified with tawheed. So islahiha, here he means it was purified with tawheed, right? And tufsidu means la tushriku billahi fil ard ba'da islahiha, يعني ba'da an kanat tahiratan bit tawheed, after it had been purified with tawheed. Any questions?
Yeah. Tushriku. You put that, I know, as associate, but then you saying partners.
Well,
you just put that in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because you don't really, in English, you're not going to say, and don't associate with Allah. That doesn't make sense.
But yeah, kind of, but I guess.
I mean, because what does associate mean? Associate in English could mean don't deal with them, right? Don't associate with bad people, For some reason, I'm not getting you guys' audio right now. Can you? There you go. There we go.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Yeah.
Here he says, and do not make mischief on the earth after it has been set in order. That's what's inside the Noble Quran. After it has been set in order, right? Inshallah, let's read up to here, right? Abdullah.
وأعظم ما نهى عنه الشرك وهو دعوة غيره معه ودليله قوله تعالى واعبدوا الله
ودليله
وَدَلِيلُهُ قَوْلُهُ
Who?
تَعَالَى.
It has a who on there. Daliluhu.
Yeah. قَوْلُهُ.
No, daliluhu.
وَدَلِيلُ.
There you go.
What's وَدَلِيلُهُ? That's what I say. وَدَلِيلُ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
وَدَلِيلُ قَوْلُهُ تَعَالَى. وَاعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَلَا تُشْرِكُوا بِهِ شَيْئًا وَأَعْظَمُ مَا نَهَى عَنْهُ الشِّرْكُ لِأَنَّهُ أَعْظَمُ ذنب في الأرض وقال سبحانه ولا تفسدوا في الأرض بعد إصلاحها وقال وأهل التفسير أي لا تشركوا بالله في الأرض بعد إن كانت بعد why is it bad? Oh, it's ain't nothing in front of it. Okay.
Well, because it's a dharf. It's a dharf. It's a dharf, and that's how it starts. Ba'da. That's how it is. Now, it could be changed, right? Because the dharf is a noun.
But that's how it started, though.
But that's how it starts. Ba'da.
Ba'da and kanat tahiratan bit-tawheed.
Naam, yalla, ya Hamad, assalamu alaikum. Where you been, man?
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Very busy over here, man. Working like a madman.
Alhamdulillah, man. I'll make it easy for you.
I mean,
it's Abu Sumayya's turn to read, but I just wanted to say salams to you. I ain't seen you in a minute.
Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, you got all the stuff up on the paper, on the screen.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. Hamad, can you mute yourself for a minute? Fadal, jazakallah khairan.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
وأعظم ما نهى عنه الشرك وهو دعوة غيره معه والدليل قوله تعالى واعبدوا الله ولا تشركوا به شيئا وأعظم ما نهى عنه الشرك لأنه أعظم ذنب للأرض وقال سبحانه ولا تفسدوا في الأرض بعد إصلاحها وقال أهل التفسير أي لا تشركوا بالله في الأرض بعد أن كانت ظاهرة التوحيد.
نعم أحسنت. Hamad, you gonna read?
Now, from the top or from?
Just right here.
From.
وأعظم ما نهى عنه الشرك وهو دعوة غيره معه.
نعم. وأعظم ما نهى عنه الشرك وهو دعوة غيره معه والدليل قوله تعالى واعبدوا الله ولا تشركوا به شيئا وأعظم ما نهى عنه الشرك لأنه أعظم ذنب في الأرض وقال سبحانه ولا تفسدوا في الأرض بعد إصلاحها وقال أهل التفسير أي لا تشركوا بالله في الأرض بعد أن كان ظاهرا بالتوحيد.
He says وهنا عرف الشرك بتعريف مختصر. نعم. وعرف وهنا and here عرف الشرك. عرف is from Ain Rafa form 2, meaning he gave it a. Arrafa means to basically to give a definition, right? To give a definition. Arrafa, or he defined it, we could say, right? He defined it, right? Give me 1 second, yeah, let me answer this, brother. Arrafa, to define, like the word definition, ta'rif. Arrafa yu'arrifu ta'rif, meaning definition. Or so وهنا عرف الشرك. عرف شركة. Here he defined shirk. بتعريف, with a definition, مختصرة or مختصرا. مختصر from khaf or kha sad ra, meaning abbreviated or abridged. Here he gave it with an abridged definition. بتعريف مختصر وهو دعوة غيره معه, and it is to call on other than him along with him. وهذا تعريف أو تعريف شامل. Yeah. هذا تعريف شامل, and this is a complete definition. Shamil is complete or encompassing, right? Something which encompasses everything, inclusive. وذكر هنا نوع الشرك. وذكر هنا, and he mentioned here نوع شركي, a type of shirk. A type of shirk. وهو دعاء, and it is dua. والمقصود, and the qasd, the same thing, the same word. Who can remember before I just give it to you? What was another word we had for maqsood? We had it yesterday. Huh? Marad. Exactly. The marad, the intention, the goal, what was wanted behind it, right? Maqsood here is more from qasd, which is the intention, right? Same thing. Well, maqsood laysa dua. The maqsood, the intention, it's not dua. Laysa is a negation. It's not dua. Wa innama dhakara shaykh ad-dua. Innama means only. The shaykh here, he only mentioned dhakara shaykhu ad-dua. He only mentioned dua. لأن, because amatu or ammata shirki, because of li'anna amma becomes mansub. li'anna ammata shirki huwa, it is the amma, the generality or the majority of shirk, it is huwa talabul hawaiji. Talabu or talab, yeah, talabu al-hawaiji, seeking the needs. Hawaij from haja, from the root hajin, right? Talabul hawaiji, seeking the needs. Anwa al-shirk fi du'a, akthar anwa, I missed that word, I'm sorry. Where I'm at? No. I dropped down. Okay, Jazakallah khairan.
Yeah.
وكشف الكربات. وكشف الكربات. كربات. وكشف الكربات. Kashf means to expose or to uncover, right? Al-Kurbat, Kurbat is the plural of Kurb, which means not Qurb with a qaf, but Kurb with a kaf, which means difficulties. So to remove or to expose, meaning to get rid of the difficulties. So that's what the majority of shirk is. لأن عامة الشرك, the majority of shirk, هو طلب الحوائج. It's the seeking of needs, وكشف الكربات, and the removing of difficulties. من الأموات, from the dead. You're asking the dead people to do so. من الأموات. That's the majority of shirk, that they ask the dead people for their needs and to remove difficulties. لذلك, due to that, قال ابن قيم, Ibn, the son of Al-Qayyim, he said, Ibn al-Qayyim said, rahimahullah, أكثر أنواع الشرك في الدعاء في طلب الحوائج. He said, أكثر أنواع الشرك, the majority of the types of shirk, في دعاء, are in dua, في طلب الحوائج, in seeking the needs. Is that clear?
Talabi.
Talabi because of fi.
Talabi. Hawaii.
Hawa'ij.
Right? Yeah,
طلب الحوائج مضاف مضاف إليه. طلب الحوائج is a noun. مضاف مضاف إليه. Clear?
No.
Then read it for us. It's so clear.
Just that paragraph.
Yeah.
وهن عرف الشرك بتعريف مختصر وهو دعوة غيره معه وهذا تعرف شرك.
I don't know why I'm not hearing you guys. There you go. I can hear you now.
Okay.
And let me fix that. No problem. Because this is, I said it both ways, but I just went and checked it, while I was listening to you, and then you cut off. It's mukhtasarin. This is a fatha on the sod. Mukhtasarin. طيب.
Where?
At the top here. Mukhtasar. Not mukhtasir, but mukhtasar.
Mukhtasar. Okay. Alright. وهنا عرف الشرك بتعريف مختصر وهو دعوة غيره معه وهذا تعريف شامل وذكر هنا مع الشرك وهو دعوة
نوع شرك. Or, in fact, it should be no ashirk. What did he mention? He mentioned a type of, but it's no ashirk.
No ashirk.
No.
No, that's a. You said gonna be a shut over the ain
No,
or
it's
a
going to be a
fatha.
fatah over the ayn. No
Okay.
ashirk.
Nah. No ashirk.
No.
No ashirk. Wa huwa du'a. Wal maqsudu laysa du'a. Wa innama dhakara shirk. Not
Oh,
shirk.
there you go.
شيء الدعاء لأن أمة الشرك هو طأب الهوائج وكشف كشف الكروبات من الأموات
No.
لذلك قال ابن قيم رحمه الله الذكر أنواع الشرك في في الدعاء في طلب الهوائج.
No. Yalla Hamad, you with us?
نعم نعم. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, okay. Alhamdulillah. Okay. وهنا عرف الشرك بتعريف مختصر وهو دعوى غيره معه، وهذا تعريف الشامل. وذكر هنا نوع الشرك وهو دعاء ومقصود ليس دعاء، وإنما ذكر الشرك الدعاء لأن عامة الشرك هو طلب الحوائج وكشف الكربات من أموات. لذلك قال ابن قيم رحمه الله أكثر أنواع الشرك في دعاء في طلب الحوائج.
No. Jazakallah khairan. Then he says, هنا قال. Abu Sumayya went to Salat.
Oh, okay.
هنا قال. Here he said, دعوة غيره معه. دعوة غيره معه. Calling on other than him along with him. يعني تقول مثلا. يعني meaning تقول, you say مثلا, as an example. يا صاحب القبر. يا صاحب القبر. Remember, anything mudaf ilayh after ya is going to take a fatha, like Abdullah, right? Ya Abdullah. So ya sahib al-qabr, O companion of the grave, fulan, so and so. Ud'u lana rabbaka. Ud'u lana rabbaka. Who is he going to call? He's going to call his Lord. Your Lord. You're talking to him, right? And yaghithana. Yaghithana. Ud'u lana. Call for us rabbaka, your Lord. And yaghithana. This from ghain waw tha, meaning to for help. It's a type of, it's looking for help, right? So call your Lord for us, that he help us, that he assist us. Oh yashfina. Oh yashfiyana. Oh yashfiyana. Yashfiyana. Why was the ya there? Because of the n. Oh yashfiyana, or intercede for us, right? فهنا جعلت في دعوتك اثنين. فهنا, so here, جعلت, you made, في دعوتك, right? في دعوتك, you made in your call, اثنين, two. You made what? You made two. So ithnan became ithnain because it's the object of what you made, right? You made two. Al-makhluq wal-khaliq. Al-makhluq wal-khaliq. The creation and the creator. Al-makhluq is the creation. Wal-khaliq, and the creator. Wa-hadha shirk. And this is shirk. This is shirk. To call on other than Allah. To tell someone to ask Allah for you. Right? So you included Allah here, but you've also included other than Allah, and this is shirk. And it says here, I'm going to write down the word from the next page, because this is okay. وتعريف آخر, and another definition. الشرك هو, الشرك it is مساواة غير الله, مساواة غير الله بالله فيما هو من خصائص الله, خصائص الله. وتعريف آخر, and another definition. الشرك هو, shirk is مساواة. مساواة means, as we had yesterday, sawa'an, right? Or we had hal yastawi, meaning to make things level or evil. Musawa is to give like a equal footing. Ghayrillahi, to other than Allah. Billah, or to equal, to make equal with Allah, or other than Allah with Allah. Fima, in what? Huwa, he, or what it, min khasa'isillah, what it is from the khasa'is, comes from khasad, meaning specific, right? So min khasa'isillah, from the things which are specifically his, from what is specifically like the specific characteristics or rights of Allah, right? What is only for him, basically. It's for him, not for everybody. وَتَعْرِيفٌ آخر, in another definition, الشرك هو, the shirk is مساواة غير الله, to make equal other than Allah, billah, with Allah. فيما هو من خصائص الله, in what it is, فيما, in what, huwa, min, it is from خصائص الله, the special characteristics, or however you want to translate that. Let me look for a good word. Is it clear though?
I have a question on the other part up at the top.
Fadl.
That thing, that's how you said it.
Huh?
Da'watika at thing.
Ithnain. This fatha is on the this what you might think is a fatha is actually a kasra on qabr.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay. Ithnain. Ithnain.
Yeah, ithnain. Like wahid,
Yeah,
ithnain,
okay.
thalatha.
Yeah. Alrighty. I was wondering. That looked funny.
Yeah, ithnain. This is up here on qabr.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The da'wa tick.
Da'watika ithnain.
What time is it today? Yeah, I can What time? One second. What time today? I have Darul Quran, 8:30 to 10:30, and then I can come with him to the school. I know. I'll take him to Darul Quran. Come to the school for the meeting. طيب, read for us, Abdullah.
هنا قل دعوة غيره معه يعني تقول مثلا يا صاحب الفلان ودع لنا ربك أن
ادعو. No.
Okay.
Make dua for us.
ادعو لنا ربك أن يغيثنا أو يشفينا.
I might have said intercede before. Did I?
I can't recall.
But anyway, it's from Shifa. Sheen Fa Aleph Maksura, but Shifa, like the cure or cure us, right? Yashfiyana, to cure us, like Allah Yashfi.
يشفينا. فهنا جعلت في دعوتك اثنين المخلوق والخالق وهذا شك وتعرف آخر الآخر
not al, just آخر.
الشرك هو مساواة غير الله بالله فيما هو من خصائص الله.
No. Ya Hamad, you with us?
نعم. هنا قال دعوة غيره معه يعني تقول مثلا يا صاحب القبر فلان أدعو لنا ربك أن يغيثنا أو يشفينا فهن جعلت في دعوتك اثنين المخلوق.
يا حماد. نعم.
جعلت
No, listen.
نعم جعلت.
اسمع. جعلت is she made. Here he's talking to you. So جعلت, you made.
جعلت نعم. فهنا جعلت في دعوتك اثنين المخلوق وخالق وهذا شرك. وتعريف آخر الشرك هو مساواة غير الله بالله فيما هو من خصائص الله.
So he says يعني تدعو غير الله. You call other than Allah في أمر, in an affair لا يستطيعه إلا الله. He's not able to do it. لا يستطيع from istita'a, meaning to have the ability. اتقوا الله ما استطعتم. Fear Allah as much as you are able. La yastati'uhu. He's not able to do it, basically, right? Illallah. So he's giving you another definition. He said up above, he said another definition was musawatu ghayrillahi billahi fima huwa min khasa'isillah. He said to make equal other than Allah, along with Allah, in what only Allah has the ability to do, basically, right? Only Allah has the characteristics and the qualities to do that thing. So here he's explaining that definition. He says, Tad'u ghayrullahi, that you call on other than Allah. Ghayr here is mansub because it's the object of who you're calling. Who you're calling on other than Allah. Fi amrin, in an affair. And when you say in the affair, we say fi amrin, in an affair, any affair. Right? Without the alif lam. La yastati'uhu illallah, that he's not able to do it except Allah. No one is able to do it except Allah. Hada shirk. This is shirk. Lakin, but, or however sounds better here. In da'awta, if you called makhluqan, if you called a creation, li amrin, for an affair, yastati'uhu, he's able to do it. Yajuz, it's permissible. Yajuz, it's permissible. Kama qala subhanahu, just as he said, glorified as he, فَاسْتَغَاثَهُ الَّذِي مِنْ شِيعَتِهِ عَلَى الَّذِي مِنْ عَدُوِّهِ. Let's pull up the meaning. This is in Surah Al-Qasas, ayat number 15. Right? Qasas, ayat number 15. He says, where's the ayat? He says, فَاسْتَغَاثَهُ. Right? This is talking about Musa alayhi salam. Right? It's talking about Musa alayhi salam when the man was fighting with the other man from Bani Israel. Right? And Musa came and struck him and killed him. So the ayah says, فَاسْتَغَاثَهُ. فَاسْتَغَاثَهُ, meaning this man came and asked Musa for his help. Staghatha is he asked for help. Who here is referring to Musa, which is not clear from this context here, but in the ayat it is clear, right? It mentions it above that. فَاسْتَغَاثَهُ, so he sought his help. الَّذِي مِنْ شِيعَتِهِ, right? From a person who was in his own party. From a person from alladhi, meaning the one, min, from shi'atihi. Shi'a means party, right? Like the Sunnis and the Shi'as, right? Shi'a means party, right? Shi'atihi, his party, meaning from his own people. He's from Bani Israel, he's not from Pharaoh's people. Ala alladhi, he sought help. He sought his help from the one in his party. Ala alladhi, upon the one, or against. Ala here would be against. Ala alladhi, against the one. Min aduwihi, from his enemies. Right? So he sought Musa's help, the one from his own party, against the one from his enemies. So he's showing this istighatha, or if he asks for something, in da'awta makhluqan fi li amrin yastati'uhu yajuz. if you called on creation for an affair which he is able to do, this is permissible. So I said, Abdullah, I got you're closer, and I dropped my cup and you're closer to it. Can you pick that up and hand that to me? Right? Or I hurt my back and I can't bend over, so I say, Abdullah, can you pick that up for me, please? And Abdullah picks it up. This is permissible because I'm asking what Abdullah has the ability to do. However, if I do it right now and I'm in Kuwait and Abdullah's in Memphis, and I say, Abdullah, can you pick my cup up for me? This could be shirk if I'm serious, or this would be shirk if I'm serious. This would be shirk if I'm serious. If I'm thinking Abdullah has the ability to pick up my cup and he's in Memphis and I'm in Kuwait and my cup's here in Kuwait with me, then this is shirk because Abdullah doesn't have the ability to do that. Only Allah has the ability to help me in these affairs. Right? So he says, يعني تدعو غير الله في أمر لا يستطيعه إلا الله. To call that you call on other than Allah in an affair which He doesn't have the ability to do it except Allah. هذا الشرك. This is shirk. لكن إن دعوت مخلوقا لأمر يستطيعه يجوز. However, if you called on a creation in an affair which He is able to do it, it's permissible. كما قال سبحانه فاستغاثه الذي من شيعته على الذي من عدوه. So he asked for help from the one who was from his party against the one who was from the enemies. Right? So فعلى المسلم على المسلم, because of ala being a harf jar, Muslim is majroor. فعلى المسلم أن يعرف تعريف الشرك, that he knows, and يعرف because of an. What must he know? He must know تعريف الشرك, the definition of shirk. الذي ذكره الشيخ, which the sheikh mentioned it. ذكره الشيخ. The sheikh is the file here. The sheikh, he mentioned it. لأنه مختصر, because it is abridged. وواضح, from waw, dad, ha, meaning it's clear. واضح. So when I asked you, is it clear? When I ask you all the time, these paragraphs, is it clear? I could say, واضح. I could just say it like that. واضح. Is it clear? All right? وهو دعوة غيره معه. And it is دعوة غيره معه, calling on other than him along with him. Right? Why is this good enough? Because the majority of shirk is in dua to the dead people. So even though shirk is more than dua, it's sufficient because the majority of shirk is like this. Is واضح?
Pretty much. I want to know why it's got the Damatane on the
Mukhtasarun, because there's not, well, because that's how words in general, unless they're mamnu' min as-sarf, they're going to have dhammas, and there's nothing in front of it. لِأَنَّهُ مُخْتَصَرٌ.
Yeah, لِأَنَّهُ.
لِأَنَّ, is controlled by لِأَنَّ. لِأَنَّ is controls who. Right?
Okay.
So if we were to, who is referring to what here? What is this who referring to?
It.
Yeah, but what is it? What is the it here? Name it. Name it now. Don't use a pronoun. What is it?
What, the dawah? The call?
No, the ta'rif, the definition.
Oh, okay.
Right? على المسلم أن يعرف تعريف الشرك. It's upon the Muslim that he knows the definition of shirk. الذي ذكره الشيخ, which the sheikh mentioned it. لأنه مختصر وواضح, because it is مختصر واضح, meaning that definition is مختصر, abridged and clear, right? So the who is referring to the ta'rif al-shirk. So if we said لِأَنَّ تَعْرِيفَهُ, because we're talking about memorizing his definition, right? Ta'rifahu. Then it would have the fatha on it because of the li'anna. But who is what's being affected by the anna, but because who doesn't change, then it's not, we don't see that effect on it. You understand? It's not apparent, the change. However, it's there. وَمُخْتَصَرٌ وَاضِحٌ. Right? مختصر وواضح وهو دعوة غيره معه. And from here, underneath, is Thalathat-ul-Usul. So we reached there today. But let's read this paragraph here, inshallah ta'ala. And then tomorrow we have a Nahul Wadih. But then the next day we will start the actual Thalathat-ul-Usul bi-idhnillah ta'ala. يلا يا حماد اقرأ لنا.
سبحان الله. يعني تدعو غير الله في الأمر لا يستطيعه إلا الله، هذا شرك. لكن إن دعوت مخلوقا لأمر
إن دعوت نعم
إن دعوت مخلوقا لأمر يستطيعه يجوز كما قال له يستغاثه
فا with a fa, right?
فاستغاثه الذي من شيعته على الذي من عدوه. فعلى المسلم أن يعرف تعريف الشرك الذي ذكره الشيخ، لأنه مختصر وواضح، وهو دعوى غير معه. فإذا
No, we stopped there. This is going to be the beginning of Thalathat-ul-Usul, inshallah. We don't have much time now. Abdullah.
Alhamdulillah. يعني تدعو غير الله تدعو غير الله في أمر لا يستطيعه إلا الله، هذا الشرك. لكن إن دعوت مخلوقا لأمر يستطيعه
The jim. Say the letters from the beginning. Alif, ba, ta, tha.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Alif, ba, ta, tha. Yeah. You skipped a whole lot of letters, bro.
I'm looking at the paper, right?
No, I'm saying say the alphabet. Alif, ba, ta, tha. Huh? Next.
I don't know, Sheen.
No, Gene. Come on, man.
Gene. Oh.
Not.
Yeah.
We don't say.
June.
We don't say Jean. We don't have a J. It's not French, right? Jean, like Jeep. We don't say Jeep. Well, you got a nice Jeep.
June.
You got a nice Jeep. No, we say Jeep with a J, right? Yeah, Jews.
Yeah, Jews. Okay. كما قال سبحانه فاستغاث فاستقافه الذي من شيعته الذي من عدوه فعلى المسلم أن يعرف تعرف الشرك الذي ذكره الشيخ لأنه مختصر وواضح وهو دعوة غيره معه.
No. Now, what is the definition of ما هو تعريف التوحيد? ما هو تعريف التوحيد? ما هو I'm asking you ما هو تعريف التوحيد? ما هو تعريف التوحيد؟ What is it? ما هو تعريف التوحيد?
What is the knowledge of Tawheed? What is it? The knowledge of Tawheed?
What is the definition of Tawheed? The definition.
The definition of Tawheed is
what is
the single out to worship Allah.
Yeah, worshiping Allah without adding parties.
Yeah, but the Sheikh gave us a definition, man. Three easy words.
معرفة عبد الرب ومعرفة الله معرفة دين معرفة النبي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم.
No, you weren't here, so you're excused. A little bit.
Alhamdulillah.
You're excused a little bit.
I'll sit back and drink my tea now.
Ifradullahi bil ibadah. Right, Abdullah?
Ifradahi.
Ifradullahi bil ibadah. To single out Allah with worship. Now, ma huwa ta'rif al-shirk?
I don't think they'll know, but not to associate anything with Allah.
Listen, man, we've been talking about the ta'rif al-shirk all day. We just went over shirk. We just went over that all day long, all day today.
Yeah.
You're so focused on the Arabic, you ain't paying attention to the meanings, man. That's okay.
Well, pretty much.
That's okay. But even though we want you to be able to start reading this, we also want you to learn it as well in Arabic. Now we know it's going to be a process. You're not going to pick it up everything at once. You're going to have to go over it and read it again and again and again. But the definition is da'watu ghayrihi ma'ahu. It's the last thing that we read. Da'watu ghayrihi ma'ahu. It's the last thing we read today. Right? So ما هو تعريف التوحيد؟ إفراد الله بالعبادة. ما هو تعريف الشرك؟ دعوة غيره معه. So now, when we ask the people, or someone asks us, what is Tawheed? It's to single out Allah in worship. And what is Shirk? It's to call on other than Him along with Him. Tayyib?
No.
That's your homework too, man. Not just knowing what's Fatha, Kasra, Dhamma, Sukoon, all that, Tanween, not Tanween, all that stuff. No. Part of it is these two definitions at least. The Sheikh said if you don't walk away from anything else except this definition, then basically you've accomplished a lot. So we got to walk away with Fatha, Kasra, Dhamma, Sukoon, but we also have to walk away with these two definitions. طيب.
دعوة غيره معه إفراد الله بالعبادة. نعم.
طيب, inshallah. I'll see you guys tomorrow with Nahul Wadih, and then we'll be going into the actual Thalathat-ul-Usul on the next day, bi'idhnillah ta'ala. جزاكم الله خيرا. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.